I'm here today with Elizabeth Gilbert, and this is one of those surreal moments. I can't believe I'm here. I'm so excited. And Elizabeth Gilbert has a new book. It's called At Home on the Range, and I would love to know more about it. I'm so excited that I have my hands on it.
I am really happy you have your hands on it.
Yeah.
This is a book it's a cookbook that my great-grandmother, whose name was Margaret Yardley Potter, originally published in 1947, and she was a woman who was just decades, literally, ahead of her time in the way she thought about food and the way she wrote, and she's just this extraordinary voice, kind of more Dorothy Parker than Betty Crocker.
I remember about her from Comedic.
It's just a really amazing woman, and I recently rediscovered the cookbook and brought it back into publication with this fantastic publishing house called McSweeney's, and all the proceeds go to a really wonderful organization called Scholar Match that fills in scholarship blanks for...
that is so generous.
Yeah, well, you know what, she would have loved it. It helps kids from under-resourced backgrounds pay for their college education.
Actually, we're going to be donating from our company $500 to a Scholar Match.
Oh my God, that's so great!
Yeah, because it's such a beautiful
difference. I mean, for some of these kids, literally $1,000 is keeping them from being able to start their first semester of school. So it's a really great organization.
Get your hands on this book. Another question I quickly wanted to ask you, because a lot of our subscribers, I'm sure, have read Eat, Pray, Love, and it's one of my favorite books. What advice would you give to women that want to, you know, verge out of their comfort zone and go into the unknown? Because you've done it personally. Maybe that's not where you are right now, but you know, if you go back in time, what advice would you give these young women that are, you know, in their comfort zone but need to get out of it?
Well, I would say they would have to decide if they need to get out of it. You know, I don't necessarily think that everybody needs to get divorced and move to India. You know,
that's a little extreme.
You know, it is extreme, and I have never meant my book to be a path that everybody has to follow. You know, I think that you have somewhere deep in your core a kind of calibration. And when you start living a life that is not supposed to be yours, and you know it enough that it starts to keep you awake at night. You know, there's a wonderful adage they say in Portuguese, my husband's Brazilian, where they say, listen to the whispers or soon you will be listening to the screams, right? When you start getting those clues, there's this sort of an obligation of stewardship that you have for yourself that you must decide, and nobody changes their life unless they have to, because it's too expensive and it's too difficult, it's too painful, it's too scary.
You have to feel it.
But when it's time, then, you know, when it's time to step.
And it doesn't have to be going away to India. It could be applying for a school or starting a new job or quitting the job you hate, right? So
I had a friend who was in her 40s, and she realized that the happiest she ever was in her life was when she was 12 years old taking ice skating lessons. And she just said, you know what, she didn't quit her job, she didn't leave her family, she just 2 mornings a week before work started taking private ice skating lessons. And the story doesn't end with her being world champion ice skater. It ends with her finding access back into some part of herself that she had neglected to be taken care of, and I think that's the really important thing.
Well, thank you so much. I found that very useful, so thank you so much for being here with me.
My pleasure.
Give me a few minutes of your time.
Sure. Thanks,
I can't wait to read this, so thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.